Okay, um, so in this video I'll show you how to create a Google form. So we're talking about data yesterday. So data is very basic. Data is simply information. Like I gave an example in yesterday's Zoom call. If you need to, if you need to maybe get some very personal information from maybe students or teachers, let's say for instance, you need to get the ages of all the students in your school. Ideally, what will happen is, okay, maybe the principal will call on all the class captains and tell them, okay, write each name in one sheet of paper, or the class teacher should create an Excel sheet and then put each of the students age on it. Meanwhile, you don't need to go too far. You can just use a form, put out put it out on a link, and then every student goes to that link to fill it, his name or his age. So to create a form you need to log into your Google account. So you could either go to gmail.com. I'm sure most of us have Gmail accounts. So by the time you're logged in, you have this environment, and then you go to this top right corner, click on Google Apps to show you different kind of apps. But what you're looking for is the forms. So when you scroll down, you'll see forms. So like I was saying yesterday, it's very necessary that each educator has um, a laptop or a computer or a desktop. But if after learning all this you don't put it into practice, then you'd only go back like the normal teacher that you were. You won't go back as an like as a digital educator itself. But the goal is, when you learn this, if you have access to laptop or a computer, it's be very, very good to practice in between. So once we open this, you see some first you see start a new form. They give you a blank page, or they ask you, is it a contact form you want to create, or is it an event feedback or order form or job application. So depending on what type, remember I was supposed to create one um, that's supposed to gather the ages of your students in the school. Let's use that as an example. So now these are forms I've done in the past. This one I didn't name it. This one was a contact form for a training. This one too was also a contact form. But we're going to start from scratch. So you click on this square with the plus on it. And so when you open the blank one, you see everything is still blank. First, you have this part that describes what the form is about. So let's say age form. Let's call it age form. And so we want to tell whoever it is that is filling this course, we want to describe what the form is for. So this form is strictly to gather students' age information or data. So each of each of the parts of a form comes like a question, because you want them to fill something. So what you're doing now here is you're gathering data. You want them to fill their data, but before they can fill it up, they need to know what exactly it is you're asking them for. So there are different type of questions, like you have in exams. There are multiple choice questions. There are the ones that you have to pick with just one answer, and then there are the ones that you just have to write like theory exactly. So now the form has different types of questions and then different type of answer formats. So on this right side, you see different buttons. This button is when you want to add a question. This is when you want to import questions. That is, you want to bring in questions from somewhere else that is not on this form. Then this is when you want to add title and description, just like this box. For sometimes in some exams you used to have um, objective and theory. So this one now is just probably a mixed one, but we're not going to do the objective part. But I mean, in this kind of with this kind of form, teachers could also take exams online. So for now that we have the COVID-19 pandemic going on, and then there's a 2 weeks break, you know, teachers can still take tests. All they need to do is create a form like this, create your questions, send the link out to each of the students. You tell them to put their names, So now we'll first ask the first question. What is your name? So ideally, this is supposed to be a short answer. So in the answer option here, you pick short answer, and then it is supposed to be a compulsory part. So it's just like having an exam sheet, and then the student doesn't write his full name. Meanwhile, it is compulsory that the student does that. So for us to make this question compulsory, we click on this button called required. And so we still have more questions, so we add question. You see this button here. So question 2 is, how old are you? Remember, we wanted to get their age. So because we know the age range in the school, and we want our data to be collective, in the sense that you don't want somebody writing 13 in number and someone else writing 13 in letters. So we'll do it. We'll fix this question as a multiple choice kind of question. It means they can pick anyone. So ideally, I think in secondary schools you should have from 9 years old to, well, you can't say, let's say 20, but let's say we do for 10. So you see, I'm adding options of ages they can pick from. This is 11 years. Then I continue 12. Then I continue 13. Then I continue 14. 15. 16. So whichever one relates with whatever age they are, they will pick it. And then that way, your data is not, when it's time to gather it, you can see, okay, 10 people chose 10, 15 people chose 12 years old, 100 people chose 16. That way you can now differentiate which age and sort them out. So another thing that matters when you're gathering data is making it collective and easily accessible. If we are left this option for answer as short text, some people will write 13 in letter. Some people will write 13, they will not even spell it well. Some people might write 13, 1 and 3. Some people might write 1 and 1.3. So this whole thing would help you gather data better. So another question we could also add is okay, so one thing that can happen here too is you can also arrange your format. So this question is not supposed to be, this question here is supposed to be the last one, so I'll just drag it down. You see it, you can drag it and then drop it here. So it could just be, what class are you in? So it could be just 1. You see, so by the time you're done from this particular form, once they fill it, you can tell what their name is, how old they are, and what class they're in. So by the time 1,000 people fill this form, instead of you doing paper based, everything is just on your system. So by the time people fill this form, you see there's a part where they wrote questions, there's the other part, responses. It shows you the response one by one here, or in group. And then you can also export this to a spreadsheet That is, you can export all the responses to an Excel file, so you can see everything on an Excel sheet. Because I know a lot of educators are familiar with Excel. Yes, but there's more to it. There are easier ways to gather information, and then there are easier ways to um, collect data. I mean, so this is a step-to-step guide on how to create a Google form.